Shazza, Charlie Abbott, how are you, my friend?
Yeah, I'm well. I'm well. How are you?
You look like you're living the student life, like you've only just got up.
Yeah, yeah. Lockdown life as well.
Where are you at the minute?
I'm down in Plymouth, at Marjon Uni.
Oh yeah, and what are you doing down there?
Sports development and coaching.
How's that going?
As well as business entrepreneurship.
Oh, look at
uni. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a bit weird at the minute with the pandemic, I know, but how's the course and that going in general?
Yeah, got my dissertation started, and that's it as usual.
Sports development part's easy, isn't it? Come on.
Yeah,
it's a piece of what's in it, eh? Yeah. So I know, obviously, when you left, I remember obviously the sports and speech day and what have you, and we chatted about the things you were going to do.
Yeah.
And you know, the offer's still there, mate. If you ever need any advice about sports development, I did spend 9 years doing it for the council, so I'd like to think I might know a little bit.
Yeah, I'll keep that offer on you.
I'm always here. So you were at Buxwood for how long?
4 years.
4 years. And you listen, you stayed for a very long time. You were captain towards the end. You did one of the characters, one of the guys that we would come to when there was a problem with the team, because you could fix it. So it was always quite good.
I tried my best.
How did you end up at Buxwood?
So at the time, we were living in Dubai, me and my family, and then my brother. Do you know Nick? Maybe.
Nick was before my time, but obviously I know of Nick. Yeah. Yeah.
So he's 2 years older than me. So when we were in Dubai, we were thinking of like university and stuff at that time, and in Dubai we didn't want to really do our studies there anymore. So I don't really know how Buxwood came into the picture, but my parents were just like, you know, there's a school in England, and we went to visit it, and then fell in love with it as soon as we visited. And don't know how we heard about Buxwood, but I'm glad we did.
What sold Buxwood to you when you came in? What? I mean, I assume you must have seen other schools as well.
Yeah, it's just different. It's so different, Buxwood, that you just don't expect a school like that. So when we went to visit it, you know, with the football academy and everything, Mrs. Sutton, it just all went together. And, yeah.
Because I'm assuming when you started, the football academy was quite new; it hadn't been around that long. Yeah, so there couldn't have been that many players to choose from. So you obviously got your choice.
Yeah, it's come a long way since I got there.
Yeah.
For the better, of course.
Obviously. I only since I turned up, obviously. So listen. So you say you've been there a while. What would be the outstanding memory of your time at the academy?
At the academy, the players that came in as well made me better. You know, some of those players, and of course the coaches, and they only got better. The coaches.
Obviously, I'll pay you that later, so fine.
No, but it was just the team bonded straight away, and then like I was there for 4 years, and then a lot of the players I played with, I also played with for 4 years. So we just stuck around, and it was just good.
Who would you say, player wise, was your biggest input on your time there? Who was the biggest influence?
Tacky. I hated going up against him in training.
Yeah.
He's probably not even going to watch this, but
he's too busy fishing. I've been watching. I keep an eye on his socials. All he does is fishing.
Yeah, I ain't got a clue what he's up to now, but he's a good player.
Yeah, he was, yeah. I remember him smashing the back window of one of the school cars one year, I think it was. Yeah, I remember here. That was that was an interesting kick. That was. But you're right. Yeah, no, I remember Taki. He was a very good player. And obviously, you were in a bunch of people who were characters. You know, obviously,
a few individuals there.
Khan and what have you. All of those boys hanging around and what have you. There was some special talents. But what made the teams that you played in? Because you did quite well. I mean, you from obviously my time, you managed to get to a few, last 8 and quite high up in league positions. I mean, what made the teams for you?
It's probably just the off the pitch friendships as well that made the team even stronger. But we went to training every day and everyone was just there for a good time. We all knew it was school, put school aside and just play football. And we didn't do as well as we wanted to. Obviously, we wanted to win, but we did all right in some games.
You as I say, you've been there a while. And as you know that with the nature of the football academy, we've often changed our heads of football. But they've all brought something different. I mean, obviously, as I say, I've been there with Coach Magro, Coach Rafa, and now we have Trevor, who who's obviously been there last year and now this year. I mean, what would you say? I mean, you had some Spanish guys, you had some English guys. I mean, what did these coaches bring to your game?
When I first got to Boxwood, we had a coach that I didn't get on too well with. I don't mind saying that. But when Magro came in, I'll say that's the turning point. He's a different kind of guy. He wore his heart on his sleeve in every training session as well.
Yeah.
But I'd say Magro helped me quite a lot with my game, on and off the pitch as well. But hopefully Magro doesn't get too big-headed with this.
Oh, he speaks to me regularly. We chat on a regular basis. He's as I say, yeah. Does he talk to you as well?
Yeah, on the odd occasion, we still message. I
know he keeps in contact with some of you guys through social media and what have you. And I think that's nice in general. I think as a coach for myself, quite often I try and keep in contact with a lot of my ex-players because I'd like to see how they're doing. And even if they don't go on to become professional players, I think it's that bond that you build, especially if you've been with them for a long time. I talked to Rafa a couple of times. I talked to a lot of my players from before I even got into the school. So, and I think it's quite important. I think it's good for them as well because they then feel a bit supported, even if it doesn't go right. So I think that's quite important. So what there must be a playing memory that a game or an incident or a funny story, even if it's a changing room funny story, there must be something, as long as it's clean, obviously. There must be something that you remember every time you meet up with any of the other boys you talk about.
So obviously I'm a defender at heart.
Yep. But
one game before the game, Magro pulled me aside. I was like, "You're playing up front this game?" I was like, "Nah, you're having a laugh." I was like, "Surely not." And then I scored in like the first 5 minutes of the game, and then I just looked over to the bench and saw Magro.
Yeah.
And the smile he had, I just knew he was never going to live it down.
He wasn't going to let you be quiet about it, was he? As I say, you're traditionally a centre back.
Yeah, I play midfield now at uni.
Yeah.
I like defending, but then I also like attacking. To be fair.
Yeah. When you came to the school, did you want to be a defender? Did you say to them, "Look, I'm a defender. That's where I want to play," or was that where you were put?
No, I said I wanted to be a centre back when I got in, and it went all right for me.
You did well. Why did you want to be a centre back? What was about the position?
I think I like putting tackles in. That I can lose my head sometimes. My friends would say that. yeah, I just like defending.
I mean, as a former centre back myself, I'm the same. I just love to crunch people. But back in the days when I was allowed to do it, you used to actually crunch people. You didn't. Nowadays, you have to be careful. You blow on them too hard, they fall over, and we end up penalties and stuff all over the place. So you scored. Was you? Who else was in your team that you know made? Who in your team made it? So I know you were probably around when we had people like Terem and Kane.
Yeah, I played with Terem. And obviously he's gone on to.
He's doing really well at FCLorient, isn't he?
Yeah, I played with Kane as well, and a few other of the Nigerians that came in that also have like gone to America and stuff. Yeah. So I've played with. I've come up against some good talents in training. To be fair.
Was there anybody that that surprised you? I mean, when you looked at them and you went, "All right, you're going to be prettier," but actually they were better than you expected.
When I first met Terem, obviously it was off the pitch.
Yeah,
he's such a nice guy.
Yeah,
you don't expect him to know what, like, you don't expect him to have gone on to what he's doing now. But yeah, he surprised me a lot.
Yeah, Terem's a good example of the fact that, you know, he sort of went a longer route to come back into European football. And a lot of times, as you know, when people come into Buxwood, they think that that's going to automatically put them into the Premier League or wherever. And we spend a lot of time trying to get into their heads that you know, you may not even make it as a professional, let alone getting it into the English leagues.
Yeah.
So we try to be very honest with them. Was there anybody that when you were playing, you looked at the team sheet, you went, yes, I'm glad he's in the team? Was there anybody that you went, yes, I have to have that player?
Definitely not Cam.
Yeah, okay.
You always want to play with your friends. No, just everyone. I got on with everyone, to be fair.
Yeah.
I like because I played with Pan. Do you remember?
Yeah.
I played centre back with him in my final year, and I enjoyed that quite a bit.
And Pan was a good one because obviously, I think he was there a year after you as well, wasn't he? I think you left before him because I seem to remember he became captain for a while as well. So yeah, I'm hoping to get him on here as well at some point. I talk to him from time to time. In training, was there anybody you hated playing against? Not that you hated them, but you knew that if they were on the opposition team playing against you in training, they were going to make your life difficult.
Tacky, you know, technical, very technical. But even like Tommy, someone like just so aggressive. But yeah, definitely tacky.
No, tacky.
You think you're going to get the ball off it?
As I say, I only saw him for a short, but I think I saw him for a year or so, a year and a bit with my work with Chelsea. But I always remember watching. He was very creative with the ball, but he could also smash the life out of it. And you know, you certainly wouldn't want to be in the way of it at full pelt. As the car found out.
In our first year or second year, we went to Rome on a tournament. Yeah. And I don't want to talk too much on tacky, but there was like a free kick like 40 yards out, and we're just like, nah, he's not going to hit this. Puts it top bins. Yeah. And everyone's just like, there.
The Rome International Tournament. Yeah, I went there one year. It wasn't a pleasant experience.
Yeah. our second time going there.
Yeah, you were there because you got yourself slammed up against the fence.
Their manager put me against the fence and was like swearing at me in Italian. I was like,
it was all your fault. 5 minutes to go, you take the player out literally through the side of the pitch, and that was it. Pandemonium.
Yeah, and they were just shouting in Italian, and I'm just like, I don't understand what any of you are saying right here.
But I was down towards the goalkeeper, so I wasn't even anywhere near you guys. But I got a red card for that day.
Yeah, they said
like we're near there.
They sent like 6 of us off.
I did, yeah. He sent all the core players. We took the goalkeeper and everybody off, didn't he? Just on both teams. But do you remember if we'd wanted to go back, we would have ended up playing against the same team. So we were trying to work that one out. Listen, you can take a day off, no problem. But when you come back, if you still want to play, that's fine. Yeah, and then we found out it was going to be against the same team. We went, no, that ain't going to happen.
Yeah. Bit of a reckless tackle. I don't mind saying that.
It was a proper centre back's tackle. It's the type I would have been proud of, to be honest. It's like, you're going down, you're not coming past, go away.
I just didn't expect what would happen next would happen, but
absolute chaos.
It's a memory to keep.
It's a memory to keep. Yeah. I mean, you must have been on a few trips. I mean, Rome couldn't have been the only one you ever went on.
I went on Rome twice. Yeah, I think it was just Rome twice.
Really?
Was it? My mind's gone blank now.
Yeah. It's been a while, mate. That's all that late night partying and whatever. You know, muddling the brain.
It's been a while.
But yeah, no, I'd say Rome itself was quite a nice place to visit, or a little bit too touristy with all the people keep trying to sell me things and seem to think I was, Portuguese or something. I didn't work out that one out. Obviously my accent is not that great. But yeah, no, it was great. But overall, it was you guys were a great bunch to work with, and you were always receptive. And I know Magro, really enjoyed working with you guys. I think for Magro's time, we struggled quite a lot because it was just me and him trying to run 6 teams and do training and everything else, and being asked to do PE. It was quite an interesting time, but I think it was good. I think we were quite lucky in the fact that we got a good bunch of guys that were prepared to work. And I know, say Magro obviously spent more time with you, and he still asks me if I speak to anybody and what have you, and so your brother, you say your brother Nick was there.
Yeah, he was there for 2 years.
Am I right that he was a really good football player? Because I say I don't know him, so
yeah, I don't want to big him up too much, but he's a good player. He's in Malaga Academy right now playing and being a physio there.
FC Malaga.
Yeah,
I watch their games sometimes. I didn't realise he was there.
Yeah, he's a left back there, but he does their physio work and then he plays some games as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a good player. He did he played for Eastbourne, I think, when he was there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's opportunities.
Yeah, but he's okay. Like we always say, that there's lots of other roles to be filled in football. It's not just about players, and ultimately with education, it's very important. Otherwise, you end up there's only so many spaces where we can put you on a telly and talk about football, isn't there? Really, so. That's good. So you obviously enjoyed your time listening to the way you've been speaking. If somebody's watching this, because obviously I say we'll put this on our social media, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook. We've got the lot now. We've got them all. So why should someone looking at playing football? Why should they come to England, first of all, and secondly, why should they come to Buxford?
Well, I think England, obviously we were based in Dubai before England, and we just knew England for education, for football, it's just where you want to be. Mm-hmm. So first of all, England is the place. And then for Buxford, it's just depends if you're boarding or not going to the boarding school, just going to training. And it's it feels like a professional environment, the academy. You wake up. I don't know if you can still wear your academy kit on Wednesdays. It
got abused a little bit by some of the people after you who sort of started to wear it all the way through the week. So Mr. Callahan in his last year sort of said we're not having that anymore. But we're working on it. The idea. I mean, obviously, currently with the coronavirus, if they've got training, which is every day, then they can wear their kit during the day. So it's not so much of a special thing, but that is just simply because obviously with the virus thing, we can't really have the changing rooms and the facilities that we would have had in the past. But that is something we were hoping to bring back before this pandemic smacked us square in the face.
It just feels like a professional environment. You obviously go to school and you do all that stuff, but on the academy side, it's just you train, you play your games, and then if the opportunity comes for you, you can have opportunities at the county trials. I know I went, I didn't get through, but yeah, the opportunity was there for me. So you always have opportunities when you're at in the academy.
Good. Well, Charlie, it's been absolutely wonderful to talk to you this morning. I understand, as I say, I know it was a long time ago, but even as a student a long time ago, it was like getting up before after 11, 12 o'clock is a bit of a struggle on the best of days. So I understand completely. Say thank you again. Send my regards to your family. It's been an absolute pleasure listening to you, and good luck with your coursework.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.